Welcome back, everybody, to the Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I am your humble and gracious host, Mr. Brinsky Sharp, on the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, and the fives and the six. Good to see everybody up in the house tonight, man. Y'all know I got my players, partners up in the building. So, man, make sure before I introduce them, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Please hit the like and subscribe button. But yeah, man, you already know, man. I gotta introduce my guys up in here. Y'all already know recruiting extraordinaire. He's still in first place for best background of everybody. It's a lot of roll tide in back there, I can promise you. And I also have that flag in my house. I just haven't put it up in years. No. Mine is a little bit different because mine had all the championships on there.
Oh yeah, this one just says where legends are made with the script A on it.
And so and y'all already know our good. You said we got an echo.
No,
you said we got an echo. Oh no, that was Coach asking me. Hopefully it's not.
We're good. No, we're good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My fault. But y'all already know. Sorry, Jennifer, for botching your intro, man. Y'all show love to our recruiting expert, future big time insider. Since he don't want to say he's an insider, but he be somehow be knowing stuff. I know, man. I'll just be messing with you, man. But future big time insider, our good friend and brother, Mr. Jonathan Lewis.
Roll Tide, everybody. Look, to be an insider, you got to ask permission for things, and I don't ask for permission for nothing because I stand on everything I say. So call me an insider all you want, but I'm here for the truth and the details.
Love that.
I like that. I like that a lot, man. That's a hell of a statement right there.
With grease, okay? Cooking with grease.
And of course, man, y'all already know our OG of all OGs, Jackson State alum, Mr. Kappa, man. I always said, ladies and gentlemen, he is retired from everything, but he's not retired from this YouTube to give you free game. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all show your love for our OG and brother, Coach Al.
Coach Al.
Yes, sir. Hey, glad to be a part of the Wu-Tang clan.
Yes, sir.
And everybody to chat. Hey, look, we're here. Thanks for tapping in with us. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hearing us out, man.
And last and certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know Alabama A&M alum, former running back and graduate. The man is going to tell it like it is, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, it's just his humble opinion. Y'all already know who it is. Our brother, our friend, ladies and gentlemen, the man, Coach Shawn.
What up to all my peoples, all my broskies. You got to pardon me, man. I got my nephews over here and they being a mess.
Hey, man, trust me. I had many episodes, my daughter running around and nobody even noticed, but I'm going through chaos in the background.
Facts, man. Shout out to everybody, man.
But yeah, man. Man, we got so much to talk about tonight, man. And I promise you, y'all do not want to miss the Lynn Jones criticism, that traditional media. I'm saving that one for last. If you don't know what the Lynn Jones situation is, all you gotta do is just go on Twitter or anything and just look it up, man. I think, and I tell you, we're gonna give our thoughts on that last. But I'm shout out everybody, as many as I can before we get started. Kim up in the house, good to see you. Good to see you, Kim. Anitra up in here. Nick up in here. What's going on, man? Good. Keith, what's going on? What's going on? BT up in the house. What's going on, brother? Tough as nails. What's going on? Me, always loyal, man. All y'all are loyal. So thank you. Bubble, Bama Gump, what's going on with you, brother? Good to see you. Bama Boy, what's going on? Good to see you. Clint, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Clint.
Ray, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button, show your love, share it. Jeff, what's going on with you?
Jeff.
Good to see you. Who else we got in here? Double L, my brother. What's going on?
Larry.
Lost Soul, what's going on?
Very large.
What's going on? Agent, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man.
Agent.
Good to see you. Tank up in the building. Who else we got up in here, man? I think I got everybody. Look, he just popped
Twister, there we go.
right up in this thing. Twister up in this thing.
Twister.
What's going on, man? Yeah, man. I think I got everybody up to this point. Oh, and Jeremy. That would say y'all keep popping in. What's going on with your brother?
Jeremy.
Steven up in this thing.
Yep.
Good to see everybody, man.
Steven.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get right on into it, man, with this transfer portal intel, man. John, man, anything new that you have seen on who Alabama trying to target, who you feel like we need to go target? I feel like that's a good starting point. That's conversation starter.
Yeah,
and Dwight is in here. Sorry for cutting you off. And Dwight. But go ahead, John. My fault.
So as of 3 minutes ago, Alabama just re-offered Jaden Upshaw, a 2027 wide receiver. So that's some actual good news. He was offered initially by Saban and then took a little bit to get re-offered. Or not Saban, Jamarcus Shepard. Then got re-offered, obviously, by Derek Nix. Yeah, so I'll be honest with you. I had a whole plan, a layout of how I was going to work this transfer portal stuff all the way from January 2nd to the 16th, right? I was like, okay, I'm expecting Alabama to meet me in the minimum as far as spending money, and I had this whole plan. And look, I should know better. If you plan something, it's not going to work out, right? So, of course, Alabama takes the complete opposite approach, not the opposite approach, but one side of the aisle approach, which is, look, we're not going to spend much in the portal. We're looking for depth. We're looking for guys that we can potentially have long-term to develop as far as like maybe through the trenches, it looks like, in my opinion. But look, the money seems to be spent in recruiting at this point in player development. And ultimately, that's where our money's going to be spent, right? And by that, I mean re-signing, bringing back the guys year after year when you look at Michael Carroll and all those studs. So from the transfer portal standpoint, when you look at everybody that we actually have coming in the next couple of days, all the way from, Delgatti, which is a Cal Poly kid, Ethan Fields, Terrence Green, who I think is definitely a big one. I'm just running through the list here real quick, and Blake Purchase. And there's actually a couple other ones. Nico Brown's the Yale wide receiver, who I'm actually pretty big on. I saw Coach Al speaking on him as well, I believe. I'll be honest with you. I like, for the most part, everybody we're bringing in. There are a couple head scratchers on. We lose one guy, but we bring in somebody that's very similar, right? So from a production standpoint, from a measurable standpoint, when you look at his film, he kind of matches up to what we already had. So there are some head scratchers, but at this point of the transfer portal, which is, day 14 going into day 15 at this point, in here in the next couple hours, I'm done trying to figure it out. At this point, I'm just going to have to lean on the staff and believe that what staff's going to put together is going to work next year. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and it can end badly. Who knows? But I will say that it's some of them are just kind of head scratchers from my personal standpoint, and some of them look great. And I don't want to speak negatively because, there's already enough of that going around on the transfer portal, and I don't feel like the kids should be affected by it because obviously that's already happened. In case you guys haven't already seen, the ULM offensive tackle talking about, he gets it. He was basically crapped on in the comment section on his X account, and he actually released a post saying, "I get it. I got to earn my stars. I got to earn my time at Alabama, earn my trust from the fans." But to me, it should never come down to a point to where a kid should feel like they have to release a statement like that, right? So I get it. We critique them and we criticize them for their play. But when it gets into a almost personal status, we got to know where to draw the line in the sand. And I feel like that's one of the biggest divisions happening right now inside this Alabama fan base, is that right now, knowing where to draw the line. I will say, though, my last take on this, it doesn't help when you have staffers undoing that line. So in opening things up, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, man. I already know I'm all the way with you, man. I'm definitely one of those ones that, how can I say it, man? I really despise folks. Like, bro, we just talking football. Everybody just giving their opinion. That's all really Twitter is for the most part for 99.9% of us, outside of the actual insiders like Adam Scheffler or Chris Lowe or some guys like that. Outside of that, man, we pretty much giving our opinions on a lot of stuff. especially, I'll just keep it like towards us, especially, man, with us as an Alabama fan base, like we all have difference of opinions of how we should get back to dominance or get back to a championship and all that. But the goal is we all want to win a championship. So I don't see nothing wrong with anybody giving their opinion. What I do have a problem with is people like jumping out of bounds. Just because we disagree doesn't mean I'm an asshole, I'm this and I'm this, and we calling each other names and all that. I feel like you can't even debate me at this point if you start doing that. I'm like, bro, I don't have all the answers. I want to be right, of course, but if I'm wrong, I'm not ashamed to say I'm wrong. It's plenty of evidence of me saying, damn, I was wrong about that one. But shoot.
The great thing, sorry, I'm not going to take up more time. You know what I mean? But I feel like because we have the perfect panel on here to have this discussion is like the great thing I love about coming on this show and talking is I know I can tell Coach Shawn I disagree with him and he's not going to take it personal. I could tell Coach Al, hey, here's my belief. And I have an open mind. If you tell me, you think I'm wrong and here's why. And that's the problem is like I put in the group text, like you never want to stop debate. You never want to stop, having that conversation because that's when you stop progression because your mind closes, right? So I feel like express your opinion. I can have an opinion why I think this guy doesn't fit the scheme, but it doesn't mean I attack that person, right? So, or somebody has to take it personal because it's not personal. It's all subjective opinions at the end of the day. We have no idea what's going to pan out at the end of the day. We're not inside that locker room. We're not fortune tellers. You know what I mean? So who knows? I just have fun talking football.
Yeah, man, because before I kick it to them, man, that's really all it is. We just love talking football. Yeah. That's why I said I think it's funny that it even goes even farther than that. I was like, man, of course I have had my Twitter battles or text messages or phone calls or in-face conversation with people that just get so upset about something. I'm like, bro, for one, I don't know these people. 99.9% of the people that I talk about. I'm like, I don't know them. I'm just talking about what I just see. And if you disagree with it, okay, tell me what you disagree with it about, and then we'll just debate that. And we can't come to a happy medium, then it just is what it is. We move on. That's what I said. That's why I be like, man, you can fill out this hurt feelings report anytime about just talking about a game. Yep. I'm like, bro, these folks ain't gonna give you no cool points just for even when if we lose to Auburn. Like, yeah, man, folks get bragging rights, but guess what? I got plenty of cousins that are Auburn fans. Don't mean I'm just gonna beat them upside the head because they picking on me because we lost to them, even though they haven't lost. We haven't lost to them in 6 straight games, but that's beside the point.
Roll Tide.
A little shot at them. But shoot, I'm gonna still hang out with them. But I think folks need to work on their debating skills in a lot of ways, man, because it's almost laughable a lot of times because you're like, well, you think you know it all. No, I don't think I know it all. I promise you, I don't think I know it all. And I would put it on the record. I don't know it all. It's certain stuff that I thought I knew about this game. Coach Shawn and Coach Al said something, and then I see it in the game. I'd be like, damn, I was wrong about that.
Bro.
But at these times I be right at the same time. And they give me my props when I'm right. It ain't nothing. Stop taking this stuff so personal, man.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's all the thing I'm gonna say when it comes to that. But the whole thing, about this transfer portal, man. I know because it's gonna be closed by Sunday because I'm gonna do a Sunday show too. Talk about the winners and losers about it. But yeah, Coach Al, any players you want to talk about, or you can just piggyback what we just said, and you're on mute, by the way.
Change his background. He's still on mute.
You on mute.
I know. I got to do at least one time. I was about to say,
it's going to happen in the pot,
man. I was trying to screw around the background because I was going to put that NFC background because
you need to put it up.
I have to insulate myself in that. Okay.
Your blanket.
I have to do it, man. That's my security blanket, man, because this world is full of shit. Pardon my friend. And so we don't buy into that because that's why we have our Wu-Tang Clan. See, let me tell you something right now. See, the coin has 2 sides for it to have value. If the conversation is one-sided, the conversation has no value. Point blank, period. That's the whole idea of collaboration. There has to be a give and take, right? That's why we say iron sharpens iron. I can go on with that. To your point, John, healthy debate is the way you move forward. You know, so if you know, I just refuse to get into these one-sided dialogues. I'm not doing it. I'll just excuse myself from the environment, okay, and go to somewhere where it's more productive and conducive to higher orders of thought. Okay, that's what that is for me personally.
Yeah.
But I'm getting kind of deep. We talking, but
Oh yeah, before you get there, because I forgot to get Nick's super chat. Sorry, Nick. Shout out to Nick for the $4.99. He said, I think Alabama is working on keeping the players and bringing in the ones that fit their scheme. Roll Tide, fellas. Yeah, I believe so too. Hey, I say year 3 is a big year for them, so they better be doing what they supposed to do. So, hey,
yeah.
I just want to win. That's the only thing I want to do. And definitely shout out to G Bama Boy for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate it. And as always, if nobody knows, you can become a member of the channel. The Sharp, what do I call it? The Sharp Gang or something? I don't even know those.
Sharpshooters.
Yeah, no, I think you say like Sharp Gang. I know they're gonna tell me comments in a second, but yeah, man, you can join the group. A name that I didn't name. It was Dwight and Toya. Shout out to them. Yeah. But go ahead, Coach Al. My fault.
I see Bishop in the chat there. What's up, Bishop? Yeah. But yeah, look here. I just came to talk football, man, you know, and hang out with my fellas, you know. And I like, you know, one of the things about this whole portal thing, John, that I see, it's how should I say? It's very fluid. Okay. This whole thing is so fluid and dynamic. That's why there can't be any how should I say consensus on how it should go. Every state has different rules regarding collectives and stuff like that, NIL laws and such. You know, every college organization has different financial resources. You know, it's just like a corporate strategy. You know, it's just like any kind of, you know, you have to have a strategy, even for your own self, even for your own net worth. You got to have a personal investment strategy that Coach Shawn might not agree with. His might be totally different. Okay, that doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just that's his strategy. As it relates to the board and staff, right? They got to have a strategy that works for Alabama. Okay, it's not going to be the Nick Saban strategy. It's not going to be that era. That era is dead.
Yeah,
you know, close the book on that, man. Football ain't that no more. It ain't nowhere near that. Okay, so it's very interesting for us to comment on it because we're gonna call it like we see it. You can agree with us if you don't. I don't care. Like Coach Shawn say, JMHO. And I'm gonna kick it over to you, brother.
Oh,
yeah.
So I mean, I agree. I agree with what everybody's saying, bro. I couldn't agree more. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I will add to that is, you know, everybody different, bro. You know, some of these people on this internet stuff we know, some we don't. Some I know personally, some I don't. The one thing that I still, you know, everybody come from something different, bro. Everybody, you know, you don't know another man's struggle, another young lady's struggle. I don't know your struggle. You sure don't know mine. You know what I mean? Some of these people some of these guys be internet veterans, like they've been on here forever and they know how to, bro. I promise you, I still don't know how to work Twitter all the way. You know what I mean? So I'm still, I can't say I'm learning because I just don't care, bro. I'm totally different. You know, you know, that's the part. That's why I don't got but a Twitter, because these dudes be talking and you never know. You better understand, man. People out here that you talk to, it's all fun when we talking football. It's all fun, and you know that's all I come on this thing for, to talk football. But you better understand that some people have graduated from some things, man. You don't know what people been through in their life. You don't know the jails, and you don't know the struggles and the things they've done. And you get on here and these weirdos be running their mouth talking, not even knowing they have friends in your city that don't mind hurting you. Swear to God, I'm telling you the truth.
Yep.
give a fuck about all that positive stuff. Sometimes you make people take it to another place with your mouth talking, and then you got this dude that'll throw it away, throw all this everything that God done brought him from them streets in the shot time, done brought him from that for some talk, just running your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Talking. You know what I mean? Clearly don't know nothing about the game. You can always tell the ones that know football and the ones that don't, because they'll take it away from football and start talking about something else. You know what I mean? And see, my weakness is I don't like people talking upside my head, man, because I'm just not that kind of individual. I'm trying to be. God knows everybody that be around me. I'm trying to be the internet person. Let me be the internet guy that talk to Coach Al. That's why I like talking to Coach Al, because he take my mind from where it's been all my life and put it over here to where it need to be. That's what I like. See, I like to be with him and Brinsky and John, because they keep me right here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what people been through in their life and the things they've done. You know what I mean? The things that God has brought them from, and you know, the background they have, and end up getting a job that most of my friends can't even get. You know, I'm so blessed, bro. I'm so lucky. And it was all him, because to be where I'm at in life, bro, and to do the things that I know I've admittedly done, and then to allow some weirdo to make me go backwards and all because of some talking. And you can always tell these people online that don't want to talk football, they want to take pictures of themselves and all this weird stuff that you'll never see me doing. You see me with my family, with my little ones. You know what I'm saying? Take my shirt off and pull. I don't give a damn about none of that. You a cornball. All these people corny to me. To me, though, this to me. That don't make it right. That's just Shawn's opinion, right? I don't come from that. I didn't do that. I don't come from the place where dudes gonna keep heating at you about stuff without consequences coming behind that, one or the other. So that's why I don't comment on too much stuff unless it's football or something that I know about, because I ain't trying to hear nobody talk inside my head. You know, I'm just not, bro. And I have to reel myself back in, because I know the people I hang with, the stuff that they've done. I know dudes throw it all away, all because of some talking. So I'm trying to train myself in the Lord and these men right here who keep me grounded and not go backwards because some weirdo run his mouth and can't tell you scooching from backpedaling. You know what I mean? Can't tell you the difference in it. Don't know zone from man. Don't know outside leverage from. Can't tell you nothing, but want to talk and take pictures of myself. I don't care about that. If that's the kind of person you is, I'd rather just shake your hand. I met a dude at Chick-fil-A the other day. We're like, hey, Coach Shawn, I don't know who this dude is. You know, I'm not the kind of person like me. So I had to get used to that. So people, cool as I don't know what. Talk football. I went over my lunch talking to this guy. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it. The football. I didn't get on here to be no damn insider. I don't care. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the hell the inside is. You know what I'm saying? I got on this channel. I started calling Stephen M. Smith's show about 3 years ago to talk football, right? From that, I got with Kyle Henderson just because I like talking football. I didn't know much about being on this damn camera and talking, and I just know how to talk this game. I don't care nothing about fans and not don't care about the fans. I don't care about having fans. You know what I'm saying? Some people get on here and they do that stuff for all the wrong reasons. All I want to do is talk football. I don't care about all this other stuff. I had several opportunities to go with Kyle, to go to Tuscaloosa and be interviewing people with. I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to interview no players. I don't want to interview no people. I don't want to do none of that. I like George Teague's show where I can get on the whiteboard and talk about football and talk about that. I don't care about none of this other stuff. Luckily, by the grace of God, I don't use Twitter and YouTube as my money. I got a job, a good one, thank God. And I was finna do some stupid stuff and throw it away all over some. So that's why I need Coach Al. See, I need Brinsky. I need John. I like these people because they like me. They love the game. They want to talk about the game. That's what I like. I don't care about this other stuff. I'm as genuine as you people gonna find. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. They brought me my glasses so I can see. All right, yeah. I'm as genuine as you gonna find, bro. But I'm just not the person for all the extras that you see with some of these folks on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I just tell you right here on the line. That ain't me. That's not me. Anybody that know me will tell you this. What's always been what I'm on. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to talk to Coach Al and be negative free zone. That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with all that said, And I love you right back, Kimberly. But I'm I'm trying to learn this internet thing, where people can cuss you out and you don't say nothing. I don't know if y'all, bro, do you know, man, I could tell you some stories. You know what I'm saying? I could really tell y'all some stories on here, bro. And if Travel Paneer from that, he'll ask around. They'll tell you what I'm on. They will tell you that, but they will tell you. I ain't got to tell you, they'll tell you. And I'm trying not to do that. I got a 14-year-old that keep me right here, that keep me grounded, right? Rob, man, pray to life. That's my brother. That's my brother from another mother, my broski from another mother. That's what I'm trying to do. Meet good people that love this football stuff, not these people that like taking pictures of themselves and dudes taking pictures with socks in their drawers and stuff like that. I don't care nothing about that. I've seen all this online. Another man put a sock in his drawer. I'm gonna just tell you, I don't know what that is, bro. I don't come from that. You have to pardon me if I'm a little green to that. I come from where if you say something slick to another man, he gonna smack your damn lips off and willing to take it to wherever you go after that, and whatever consequence it come. That's what my father raised me on. Southside Shot, 132nd and Ellis. I don't know nothing else. So this internet, I'm trying to be here with Ty Hayes and Bama Standard. I want to be with them boys, Marvin and them, talking about football, not with nobody take pictures of themselves. I don't care about that. Leave me alone, because you know what I'm saying. So with that out the way, as far as Bama's concerned, honestly, I don't know what the hell the staff doing, but just because I don't know, don't make it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I don't know. I have never seen players get let go for all these multitude of reasons. And then somebody like Ohio State, who has just as good as coaches we have, pick them up. So whatever your reason was that you let them go, somebody clearly saw some film that didn't agree with you and willing to go the other way and take these players. I saw Justice Haynes, and everybody had these reasons why. I had some dude in my comments telling me he was a tiptoer. Okay, I won't argue with you. I saw him in Michigan. He didn't tiptoe at all there. I don't know why. I guess he ate some Wheaties within 6 months and got better. I don't know, right? I'll just go with that.
Look what he do to the ACC this year when he goes there.
That's facts.
He gonna run straight through them.
Straight through them. So this guy that they told me couldn't play, that I clearly knew could, his production wasn't good enough. Okay, is that because your team didn't support him in that role and put him in position to be successful, or because he's just not that good of a player? Well, he proved to me he's that good of a player.
Would have been a first team All-American if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's not my job to know. It's my job to talk about my opinion, right? I can admittedly tell you I have no clue what they're doing, right? And they may know some stuff, I'm sure they do, that we don't know. And everything might be great, and I'm praying to the good Lord, that's what it is. But as far as what I've seen, we're letting players go, but I don't know if it's money. I don't know what it is. I only know one player for sure that was let go because of some BS. And that's because I personally talked to that person's mother. I don't know one player that I know of that I have talked to that person's parent. So I know exactly what happened with that situation. Everybody else, I have no clue. I see what people's moms is tweeting. These other players, people's dads is tweeting. I don't know. I don't know. I hear what the high school coaches in North Alabama are saying. I don't know. Shout out to my brothers on HBCU Highlight. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna have the faith that hopefully whatever the hell they're doing, it works. I looked at some film on the USC guy they're bringing in to take whoever plays. He looked the same. I mean, I don't know, bro. He looked the same as Jordan Renard to me. I seen some plays where he did some good things. I see some plays where he got completely wiped out of the play. I don't know, bro. It's not my job to know. It's my job to talk about it. So hopefully they doing what they supposed to do, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully these guys, I would never get here and diss a kid and personally talk about how the kid, that's just not my thing, bro. That's just not my thing. I don't do that. I don't have to diss a kid to please a fan base. I just don't. I didn't agree with letting James go. That's me, because contrary to his stats, if you know what let me say this slow. If you know what you're watching, You know, sometimes they had that boy playing out of position, had him way out here standing up. Like,
Yep.
what, huh? If you watched him when he was at the 3, he may not have got the sack. Go check the hurries. Sometimes you don't have to sack the quarterback, man. You know what I mean?
So, Shawn, put a pause right there.
Yeah.
Grind the tape, y'all. Okay. And we do. Tape don't lie.
It does not, you know.
Okay. And I don't know why on earth would you ever put a guy like James Smith at a 9?
At a 9, exactly.
What I mean by 9, okay, let's talk football.
Yeah.
Come on, why 9?
He was at a 9, coach. I've seen him line up at a 9 sometimes. And what that means in football vernacular, if you look at the center and the guard and the tackle, okay, each one of those guys has a number.
Yes.
0 in the center, 1 between the center and the guard, 3 between the guard and the tackle, 5 between the tackle and the tight end, and outside the tight end, that's called a 9. Okay, from a defensive side, you can call an offense is 2, 4, 6, even odd kind of same thing. Whole as a whole, that kind of thing. But anyway, you take a guy, James Smith, 6'3", 305, whatever, and you put him out there to 9. What do you put him out there for? So you put him at a 9. I've seen alignments like this with us, with our defense against Indiana. Okay. He's at a 9. Then you got a guy as a 1 technique to that side, and then you got a back. What's that against Indiana, man? With the Heisman winning quarterback, he's going to check the run all day right there. What are you trying to do? I mean, I don't care what kind of stunt you got going on like that. If you got a 0 and a 9, what kind of defense are you playing? And it's stuff like that. And a player like James Smith, man, the guy's high strung anyway. He's a passionate player. Okay. Players have to believe in the position you're putting them in to have success. They got to believe in what you're dialing up while you're doing what you're doing. Some things you might want to get exotic, but not against a team like Indiana, as sound as they are. You know, they ain't trying to sugarcoat nothing. Okay, so what Coach Shawn is talking about is stuff like that. Now, we don't know the circumstances on why James Smith is not at Alabama. Okay, he could have seen that and said, hey, look, you know what? I've had enough of this. We don't know what condition the locker room is in. Only thing we can talk about is what we see, and then theorize on what we think we like to see, or have some discussion around what we've seen on tape. At least for me, that's my perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just talk to you straight about the X's and O's, the Jimmys and the Joes. Okay.
That's it, man. You know, and I'm not saying it was wrong for him to leave. I'm just saying I didn't understand it. That don't make it wrong.
I don't either, Coach. I don't either.
Right. I think that need to be reiterated.
Yeah.
Just because I don't understand the Coach Adams, that don't make it wrong. Those guys are the ones inside the building. They know what's best for the team. That's what they say. So, okay, cool. I'm just telling you, like John said in the debate, that I don't understand it. You know. Now, with that being said, you have guys being brought in. You have guys being, brought in to replace these guys in whatever facet, whatever manner. Okay, cool. Hey, brother, no problem. At the end of the day, it do make me feel a little like, wow, that Coppin State didn't pick these dudes up. Texas Christie, Texas El Paso didn't pick them up. They went to Ohio State. Yeah. And contrary to what people believe, Ohio State is very good at evaluating defensive linemen. They have a coach with a name, Larry Johnson, that may be, let me just keep it, that is the best.
I'm glad you're saying that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So if they thought enough of this kid to bring him in, along with Quay,
along with Cam Calhoun,
hey, brother, okay,
they got a former Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator as their DC.
That's a whole fact. So
what bothers me to a certain extent, sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, Shawn. What bothers, it doesn't even bother me. It just, I'm trying to understand is like, if you see something that doesn't work on the defense that we watched all year, from a fan standpoint, I don't understand why you bring in an exact replica of that to replace what wasn't previously working. like I said, maybe it was a scheme thing. I don't know. I watched Miller's Edge this morning. I know Coach Al was on there because I saw him commenting, and it made me feel good because he's explaining like I don't know what they're trying to do. He's like, it confused me. It feels like they're just telling these guys to go out there and kind of free ball it essentially, right? So try to figure it out. And it's like, okay, now I don't feel so stupid because I'm trying to read up on these defenses because I've never played it at a high level and trying to understand it. And then I see it on film and I'm like, I don't see any of this that's supposed to be going on. So I'm feeling like I just don't know anything. And then I have other people that have coached and then played at a high level and they're saying the same thing. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not completely dumb when it comes to the X's and O's part, but something's got to change for it to get better from that standpoint, right? Because we're going to be, by the way, something nobody's talking about, how young is our front seven about to look? I mean, we're going from a veteran front seven to an absolute, sophomore at most? Like, this is about to be an extremely young front seven. And if they're not a sophomore, if they're a junior playing, they have rarely seen the field. So this is about to be an interesting season.
Well, one thing, I wonder what the locker room's like, man.
Yeah.
I mean, every year you have to reconstitute your team. Every year is different. It sounds like a cliche, but it is.
Yeah.
You have to start over every year, man. Okay. And every team has to find its own identity every year. And usually that starts in the locker room about who's the guy in the room going to sit everybody up to listen. But those dudes that if you get out of line, you better not be in the shower by yourself.
Yeah.
Pause.
After practice.
Facts, though. Facts.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. The stuff to say we like to keep it in the building, we're gonna keep that crap in the shower.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it deeper in the building. But you're gonna feel us, or else we don't need you.
Pause.
That's it.
But I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying. Every locker room has Coach Shawn, you walk in the locker room, you know who run that team.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna come too.
If you've ever been in a locker room,
yeah.
Okay, y'all know what a gravity is. And you got to get through that dude first.
That's facts. That's facts, man.
Just like Coach Saban said, the quarterback got to win the team over. Jake Coker won the team over in the Ole Miss game.
Oh, yeah.
That team didn't have a quarterback. They had no identity that Jake Coker won that team over, man. And then they had they dude. Then they just took off from there, man. So I don't know what this locker room is going to look like next year. But John, I have a theory I'd like to put out there to you, right? I was going to hold this, but because it has to do with what we're seeing in the portal, in the churn and player turnover, over 3,000 people in the portal, 25% of everybody's teams in the portal.
Yep.
So it's a complex situation. It's not just a playing time thing or money. It's a very complex thing. Players talk, players' parents talk, players' representatives, uncles talk. The whole. So because you can't control that, I would suggest a team like Alabama, it's a team we're talking about. I would put my money in a high performance coaching staff. Yeah. I would stabilize what I can stabilize. I would get the elite guys and make sure that they are however is compensated, keep them in place to have some continuity, communication, collaboration, and all those things are the 4 C's, and coach up everybody that comes in. Yeah. If even I can't get all the best people, I'm gonna have. If you take what happened with Ohio State, for instance, we're talking Larry Johnson. Okay, yeah. We're talking hardline at the receivers. We're talking continuity all the way through, man. That's why they were able to do some of the things. Look at Cignetti, his staff. Yeah. He has those right. Even Coach Saban early on, when they were just modeling it, he had the right staff of people. Yeah. Even though they was able to draw the players in, just because they drew the players in, okay, we got a Quentin Williams who's a 3-star. Okay, we got a Levi Wallace who was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Okay, we got an Eddie Jackson, who's a 3-star cornerback who switched to safety and became off because they coached it out of him. They got the most out of what they got. So I'm saying because you can't control what an 18 and a 19-year-old feels, okay, but you can control what they do in situational awareness on the field and be sound in what you're trying to do, you could control that.
Yeah.
What we're talking about here tonight was some of the things which were pure X's and O's. That was purely our downfall. It was lack of preparation. So to me, I say to normalize this thing, I get the right, for instance, coach, in the profession, the stuff you see on the wall back there, those airplanes and stuff, okay? We had the right freaking stuff. If you know me as a director, lead engineer, if I'm pulling best people together, man, we're gonna kick butt because I got the right people. All the controllables, we're controlling that. All the uncontrollables, we ain't worrying about that. But I got the right folks to do some really hard stuff.
Yeah.
That applies across the board. So that's my theory. If you don't have the money to play the players, big bucks, get you a great staff. And guess what happens? When you win, the players are going to come to you because they're going to see development. How many guys are you putting into the pros? How many? What's your continuity? I mean, how stable are you? How predictable are you? You know, what kind of philosophy do you have that's you're gonna go down with it? You ain't losing 35-3.
Yeah. So I got a few. Are you done, Coach Al?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So I got a few things to touch on. No, I agree with you 1,000% because at the end of the day, you can. One thing I learned through life, and Coach Al knows where I'm going with this, about being free, is you can only control what you can control. Right. So the uncontrollables, you tend to later on in life, I stopped worrying about as much. Right. So it's just the way it went. From this perspective, I think we're 100% on the right track. But I think one thing that people are missing is this, and nobody's really talking about it. But I feel like at this point in the juncture of the transfer portal season, we have to at least address it. When you're willing to let, we'll say 30% of your players walk on a roster. We'll say, I don't know what the percentage is, but you release none of the staff after the season we had and the maulings we had. To me, it's sending a message. It's sending a message to the players and the staff. You're telling me that there's no excuses moving forward for this staff. You brought them all back. Yeah. You let the players walk. You let the players go, but you kept the whole staff. So you're telling me that you are 100 on this staff. If that's the case, you have to do exactly what HaHa Clinton Dick said for the players, but now for the staff. You got to produce, brother. Is they're all there?
Has two sides.
There you go.
Exactly. The coin has two sides.
There you go.
The coin always has two sides, man. So I think we all over this thing, bro.
So the message has been sent, right? You argued it up and down on X. You made your point. Now, like you said, the coin's got both sides. Now the ball's in your court.
Yep.
Because if it doesn't produce this season, I think there's going to be a change. I would think.
Yep. And that's why I said, man, that tweet was dangerous because I'm going to keep saying it because anytime they see any of these guys that you brung in from the transfer portal not produce, they're going to, I can promise you this. One thing I am pretty sure on, you better hope that a lot of these guys that's left, like James Smith or Quay Russaw or Noah Carter, don't go nowhere and ball out. Because the first thing I'm going to do is just be like, production. That's going to be my word all year long, production.
Yeah, it should be on a banner somewhere. And look, and I want to one more point before we get off this, or I don't know where you're going with this, Brinsky, before I lose track of it. Another thing to keep in mind, there is an NIL agency at every block. It's almost like pawn shops at this point. So let's not forget, I'm not going to say this is the case, but I'm going to say that follow the money, right? So if schools don't deal with certain players belonging to certain agencies, maybe there's something to keep an eye on. Maybe there's something to that, right? So, and the reason why I say that is because, I'm a business major, man. I follow the money, right? So that's what I do. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I think it's another thing people are going to start paying attention to this year.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely be paying attention to that. I think where else I'm going with this, man, outside of just talking transfer portals and who we should be picking up. Best coaching hires, it can be coordinators and everything, because of course the head coaches are the shiny prize or whatnot. We got Lane Kiffin down there at LSU, which I think
Yeah.
I know me and Coach Shawn was very adamant, thought he was going to Florida. Yeah. I thought he was going to Florida all day long.
Facts.
And then you just like, oh wow, you took the LSU job. That completely shocked me. I don't care. And I knew he was gonna take that job when I seen like it was something that On3 had, and it was like major media members had Kurt Herbstreit, all these people up here, and I know they are super connected to people in Ole Miss at.
The Grove to my
where's Ole Miss at? Period. Thank you.
Yeah,
in Oxford, Mississippi. I know they got connections down there, and especially ones connected to him. When I kept seeing a lot of them have LSU on there, I was like, okay, he's going to LSU. Because there's no way that all these major people right here just keep saying LSU, from the Josh Pates to everybody. They talked to somebody, and they were pretty sure that he was going that way. So that was pretty shocking. But of course, John Summerall was a big one for me. But still, my favorite one of this whole portal is Derek Nix. I think Derek Nix is going to do an awesome job here and whatnot. I feel like the one thing that a lot of Auburn fans try to criticize the Auburn receivers about, which I don't understand, which they try to say,
oh no, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole, man. I still think it's asinine. And oh yeah, man, Sunday at 3:00. My guy, I talked about this man millions and millions of times. My man Phil is finally coming on. It's really a little bit of me, reason why it took so long, but he's gonna finally come on. I wanted all this transfer portal stuff, which he was Cam Coleman, high school wide receiver coach. And he has a lot to say about some of this stuff. And I said, oh, please say anything you want to say.
Yep.
I don't want you to get in trouble. He said, oh man, what I'm about to say, he mean it. And he may be speaking for him, he may be speaking for Cam, but I think a lot of that stuff, it just, how they was coming at Cam was just like complete asinine, and just trying to paint him as like he was just a bad kid out there all of a sudden. But I'm gonna let him handle that on Sunday. But like I said, man, Derek Nix is going to be a great hire for Alabama, especially him being a co-OC, just in case Ryan Grubb leaves. We have somebody on staff that can take over and definitely come with a different philosophy of moving this offense, because we've seen how Auburn offense just completely changed after Hugh Freeze left.
It truly did. It truly, they had continuity in what they were trying to do. It seemed like there was some intelligence behind the play calls, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I know this is an unpopular take, but I don't think there's any denying the fact that Texas has won the portal period, not just for the players. The fact that Will Muschamp left Georgia saying he's spending time with his daughter to travel playing volleyball, and then ends up in Austin with Texas. This is about to be a nightmare scenario, and I hope Bevo's bodyguard is not on here right now. That defense is going to be put together. I'm just going to leave it at that.
The track record proves it.
And they're going to bring pressure.
Bro, all day. It's going to be a nightmare.
They're going to bring pressure.
Especially my fault.
Yeah, they're going to bring pressure. There's been some very good dialogue going on, man. I've been tapping in over there at the Miller's Edge a little bit, man, and CM, shout out to you, man. You do a great job over there.
Big time.
I mean, you shoot straight down the middle, bro. And I could roll with that all day. You are calm, you kind of, you take a position, you don't waffle, you ain't no wussy, okay?
Yes.
And then two, you're a gentleman, man. You know, I could tell you were raised in a home that you got some real solid values, but you've proven in yourself in the world, brother. So you can stand on your own 2 feet, man. And everything that brother's doing over there, man, is I enjoy the content, quite frankly. You know, but I would say this about the hires and everything, not necessarily relative to Alabama, but two hires I kind of dig. Matt Campbell up Penn State. I like that hire for them. And I like James Franklin going over Virginia Tech. I like that one too, man. Because you've seen he's had some gravity, man. He's pulling guys from where he was, and he's going to the ACC out of the Big Ten. Can you imagine that,
bro?
Oh my God, man! I mean, come on, man. You know, at Virginia Tech, they're gonna be able to get some dudes up there, man.
They getting them now.
They've been getting
feel about James Franklin, man. He had to go and run up against Ohio State every year and Oregon every year.
Yeah.
Okay. In the ACC, it ain't so like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you know, me and Coach Shawn, you know, at least for me, you know, coaching is like a fraternity, man. You know, you don't really like the dog coach is too tough, but we all get called on the carpet in the film room.
That's right.
You got to have a thick skin to take that. Okay. Yeah. And so to me, I think like this, I know for a fact, you know, there are certain situations, I'm talking about me, that there are times, you know, in the last 20 years I was involved in coaching, I had to develop, you know, and just because I got a title, I might not be developed to execute at a high level with that title I hold at this particular school. 5 years down the road, I might be.
Yeah.
Everything in life is about timing. You know, does that make me a bad coach? No, not necessarily. I mean, people say the same thing when Saban was at Miami, when he was at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, when Belichick was at Cleveland with Saban, they wasn't hitting on too tough, man.
Yeah.
But both of them are Hall of Fame coaches now. So everything's about timing, man. You know, so just because, you know, a coach is here, that don't mean that he should stay in place if he's ineffective. The time just might not be right for him at that place. So I ain't calling for nobody's job or nothing like that, but I can certainly evaluate what I see on tape. And, you know, the tape don't lie.
Hey, Kirk Signetti said the same thing. He
said his comment. We know what we see on tape.
That's it.
And
they came in and used a surgeon's knife to us and took us apart.
That's a whole fact. That was if you've ever coached anything, and this ain't even just about football.
And we couldn't stop
it. When you hear the confidence Coach Signetti spoke with, when you hear, and as opposed to the question that was asked to him, you knew then, it was borderline arrogant, but it was a confidence arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
You might know more about their what did he ask about their mystique? You might know more about the mystique than I do, than my players do. All we know about is what we see on the field. That was tough. That was tough.
Hey, Coach Shawn, you looked at the game. I have too. And if you go back and look at that, when we gave them certain looks, they were. When the ball was snapped, they out the gate.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
I mean,
Christian Miller and his father. I was at work watching it on my earpiece, man, and they did a really good breakdown of stuff that we had already talked about in that game.
Yeah.
I challenge everybody to go watch Christian and them channel and rewatch that. And when you really look at how those offensive linemen was getting up on the linebackers and how fundamentally sound they was in turning these guys, and man, when you watch these guys go from getting up to the second level, getting off one block, going to the next, and they was so surgical, like you said, surgical with it, and it was just. Man, it was almost a pleasure to watch it, man. When you because that's how it's supposed to look.
Hey, Coach Shawn, I you know what? I may be wrong. I mean, I probably am, but I don't know if they're going to have any first round draft choices off that front line.
You might be right.
Okay,
they play so well together, right? Individually,
look how they play, man.
Right.
And number 46, that weak side linebacker they have.
Yeah.
You can tell, man. They use him as a blitzer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You better believe he's lined up in the box. He's coming. Okay, so you're not accounting for that dude. And he's smart, man. He ain't the best athlete. He may not even play on Sundays, man. He may play UFL, but that guy is a college football player in that system.
If
you don't account for that dude, and number 95, that defensive tackle they got, he's the thing. He's the engine that make that thing go, man. They do a lot of movement and everything like that. And when you account for him, you game plan for him, they use him to set you up to defeat you.
Yeah.
And it just breaks you down. Okay. If you're not sound, when you got somebody that can handle that dude, okay. Everything. I personally, Coach Shawn, looked at those guys all year long. I'm still saying they're Indiana of 5 years ago. This is just luck, you know. But when you go back and look at Surratt, number 13,
and
you look at how they can take and put the ball on the far hash and space your defense out. And if Surratt's over there, they throw in the out, and you can't stop it.
That's fact.
The quarterback is accurate.
What a ball placement is.
The quarterback is accurate. Surratt is he runs some. That guy, he's going to be a great pro, man, because he can run route. He understands how to position you where he wants, because he knows where the ball's going to be, and that's the chemistry. You see, Surratt, and then a Becker, number 80. He's gonna hit you on the seam. Those guys, they got so much chemistry. We never saw that kind of chemistry with our offense this year, with our receivers.
2 years.
And I think Ty is a very accurate passer. He's very cerebral. I think Ty has a lot of upside. I think he's gonna have a great NFL career, frankly. People may argue with me, but that's fine. You're entitled. I think he is. But he, Fernando had a complementary offense. They could actually run the ball and do play action. They ran RPOs. They ran crossing routes. We didn't do any of that.
Coach Al, we were 10 yards off the ball at the corner. I was watching that today with Christian Miller, once again, another person I'm trying to learn from.
Yeah.
Well, you cover 0 on first down, I'm done. Even I'll just leave it at that. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt like that.
Yeah, no, you interrupt. When Christian showed that today, we had a single high. We was trying to run some kind of exotic pressures, but if you're going to run pressures and you 10 yards off the ball, man, that's easy pickings. That's low-hanging fruit. I'm going to catch the ball. And not to mention, I don't know what kind of leverage we were playing with on top of that. Okay? So what I mean by leverage to people in the chat, an alignment of a defensive back, especially an outside guy, on a outside receiver, it depends on where he is. Is he on his shoulder inside? Is he on his shoulder outside? Is he head up? We call that certain types of leverage based on what you're playing. Typically, when you see cover 2, that means 2 high safeties. The leverage is outside. Okay, because what he's going to be basically a flat defender to the intermediate zone. Safety rolled over the top. So when you see a team in cover 2, the other ways to beat them is down the middle, and that's why Tony Dungy created Tampa 2. Okay, so that you can defend the middle. You almost got a 3 deep. So the Mike drops out, the middle linebacker, he drops out and starts to drop out in the middle of his zone. Derrick Brooks made Hall of Fame doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, fact.
So that's when we hear us talking about those kinds of things, we can go with depth on it. But this is what we talk about. We talk about football.
That's it.
We don't talk about how you feel. I don't care how you feel
at all, man.
But I'm gonna look at that tape and I'm gonna tell you what I see.
That's it.
Let's talk about that.
You know who one of my favorite players on that team is, Coach? And I had been watching this kid, but I didn't know much about him. And it just reinforced what I believed when I watched Christian and them channel. Shout out to the Miller's Edge too, man. Christian and his father, love those guys' channel. They got a center, man. I forgot the kid's Pat. It's like Pat Grogan or Pat Cogan or Coggin. I don't know how you pronounce. I think it was COOG.
It's a funny sounding name. Yeah.
It's the one that recovered a fumble.
Coggin. Kid is a 6'5", over 300 pounds. I think he's a transfer. He's a redshirt senior from Notre Dame. Listen, man, this kid to me, man, is the keys to their engine as far as the offensive line go. When you look at it, man, how this kid be reaching. When you look at this kid's depth as a center, Parker Brailsford was the only center that I saw that pull. A lot of centers I don't see, they don't do a lot of pulling and trapping. This kid, man, he is awesome. And he physical. This kid is so physical, man. He was giving Tim and anybody in that front that from 0 to 3, anything they wanted. Anything they wanted, man. That kid is physical. He's fundamental. Like Coach Al said, these kids may not be individually first rounders, but when you put these kids together, on the collective and watch how they run their offense, man. I used to believe back in the day that you couldn't be physical running RPO. I used to believe that you could have physical people, but not a physical line together. I've completely changed my stance on that, man, because these kids are not trying to perimeter you to death. These kids are not trying to perimeter you to death, man. Go watch that film. They are coming downhill at you, brother. And your linebackers better be ready. Your linebackers
be ready playing them, boy.
Better be ready playing them, man. They're going to challenge you, and you know, and you got to be ready in the front seven, big time. They're going if your safeties. I seen several times where Keon would come down, and he would take the wrong leverage, man, and the running back would just hit a little move in the hole, and he gone for 6, 7, 8 more yards.
Yep.
So that leverage from them safeties is very, very important.
But
very important.
They trigger, man. Their defense, Indiana's defense, unlike ours. Now, don't get me wrong. You look at it, our defense wasn't chopped liver.
Yeah.
We're not saying that at all. Let's just say that. They're not. Okay.
Facts.
But to me, I think we compare ourselves against ourselves, Coach Shawn, like you always say.
Yeah.
And what we're used to is like 2015, 2016 defense. We used to guys that want to put you in a phone booth, just mash you. It's like I say, I used to have an Alabama hangover the next week after you play us, you know?
Yeah.
We all kind of fantasize about, at least for me, that is us. That's Alabama football. Okay.
Yeah.
And Womack is a bend don't break kind of guy. He if you look at they let teams come down the field, but their red zone defense is right up at the top. You know, if you look at the numbers, right up there at the top. But we're talking specifically about some of the good things we saw out of the team from Bloomington that kicked our butt. And they up front, like I said, on the defensive line, they're not going to have any guys picked on the first day.
Yeah.
Okay. But what they do is they have great movement. And guess what? The second guys, they fit everything.
That's a whole fact. They fit everything.
They
brother.
fit everything, man.
Yes.
And they and look here. And when they do that, it forces you to adjust. If you can't adjust, the anaconda just keeps squeezing you. It looks, I'm just telling you, they execute.
Same with the running game.
Same
Coach
with the running
saying is flip when a team run the ball on you 51 times.
51 times.
That tells you that is what Alabama used to do to teams. You know, late in the game, you can see people starting to miss tackles. You can see fatigue setting in on the defense. You can see the linebackers are not feeling with that integrity that they did early in the game.
That's right.
It wears on you. Like Coach Al say, they're leaning on you. That leaning on you takes a toll, man.
I tell you this, Coach Shawn. Oregon played IU twice.
Yeah.
It was worse the second time. It got so bad that all the pontificators who had OU's Oregon's quarterback going as the first quarterback off the board of the draft pulled his name out of the hat because they made him look so bad.
Fact.
Okay. So they beat the brakes off them. And you said it in our chat, man, they're going to let them score some points and make the game look respectable. Remember we said that in the chat?
Yeah, because that Clemson and SMU game sort of ruined me. It sort of, I mean, I'm like, I see what they're trying to do. They're going to do that Dabo and whatever the SMU coach name is. But no, man. No, Lashley. But they didn't. They did not let, brother, I promise. Let me say this. I, as a Bama fan, I know this ain't the thing to say as a Bama fan, but as a football fan, I appreciate how Indiana plays the game.
Yep.
I just do. I just appreciate how they play the game, man. You know,
they have made a believe out of me, Coach Shawn, because what I was trying to say is that a lot of people say how hard it is to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
They didn't beat a team twice. They beat a team worse.
Yeah. Bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second time around, they said, okay, you didn't get it the first time. You will get it this time. Okay. All right. And guess what? It was on a neutral field on top of that. So to me, like I say, man, you know, give them they do.
Yeah.
And now I would say this. Our quarterback did not play the second half. So I don't know what our offense would have done. Okay. If we wouldn't have won the game, I don't think. But we would have lost. We would have only put up 3 points. I think we would have put up more points. We wouldn't have got 55 put up on us. We didn't get 55 points. So hats off to the defense for not giving up 55 points.
I'll tell you this, man. This team has the potential. I mean, I know Miami got some space eaters in that front seven, in that front line. I get it. And they're gonna eat. They're gonna do their thing. but Miami is going to have to score some points. Carson Beck is not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to hand the ball off 100 times in this game. You know, Miami's going to try to run the ball. B-Field's going to do what they do, and they have a great offensive line. But I believe Indiana's going to score in this game. You know, if Ole Miss can score, Indiana's definitely going to score in this game. And
That's
I think
right.
Carson Beck, they're not going to be able to protect Carson Beck in this game as far as, you know, just let him manage the game. You know, I think he's going to have to step outside himself and play quarterback this game to keep up with that team over there, man.
That's right.
So, you know, we'll see what happens, man.
Miami is going to have more than a tunnel screen.
Got to have more than a tunnel screen, man. That's a whole fact.
I'm sitting there watching Skycast, and I'm saying, okay, tunnel screen. I'm calling it every time. Now I'm sitting here in my studio here, you know, watching the game, calling the plays. What do you think Indiana's defense gonna do to Miami if they come out with that same old crap? Man. Okay, they're gonna see it come and hit it right in the mouth.
Next thing you know, what Pun been doing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've been jumping them routes, man.
Yeah.
Man, they're gonna hit it right in the mouth, man. Because I didn't see any diversity really in terms of Miami's offensive passing game in terms of sophistication. Okay. What I saw was that they were trying to formation and motion you into some weaknesses so they can free up some of their playmakers. That's offensive play calling. Yeah, true. Yeah. But the in-depthness of it all, should I say, was limited against a team as sound as Indiana on defense.
That's why I said my Carson gonna have to play this game.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, like I said, we'll see what happens, you know. And
because man, we're gonna go fully in depth on Sunday about this. Go fully in depth on this, and since that's gonna be the last game, I know we always had live streams on Bama games. Since it's the last game, man, definitely gonna have a post-game show to that just to talk about it. Yeah. So if anything that Coach Al or Coach Shawn or John or myself or Coach Carl or Tez or whoever said about this, we'll be able to talk about it after the game. So that's one thing, since it's gonna be the last game and we ain't gonna have football for a minute. That's gonna have a post-game to that. But this is one topic that I've been waiting to talk about, and I'm glad I get to talk about it with all these brothers up here. Wish it was more, but it's all good. But I know everybody see the description and say Lynn Jones criticism. If you haven't seen what's been going on in the NFL world, I give you a little video that's been making its rounds around social media, and we're going to give our thoughts.
How you doing today? Lynn Jones, Jacksonville Free Press News. I just want to tell you congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank you.
You hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank you.
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all right?
You,
you keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate it.
Take care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all you heard, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you heard. Just somebody trying to encourage somebody. And shout out to Miss Lynn Jones, who's been down in Jacksonville for over 3 decades, covering the team, which a lot of people in this media space, not just media space, just so-called journalists. They said that's not journalism, and they've been having a big hoopla about it from some of the big guys at the AP, from ESPN and all that, said that's not how it's supposed to be handled and all that. And Rob Parker, old goofy ass. And then it's just people like that, man. It's reason why traditional media is the way it is today. And it's a reason why nobody cares about nothing y'all have to say, down from your little columns and your reports and everything. Like, nobody's signing up for ESPN.com to go read your column in the morning. Nobody's grabbing a newspaper anymore to go read what happened last night. Guess what? We all have these in our little devices right here. We can easily just go read what we want to read or go see what we want to see. And a lot of these people just feel like we just care about what they have to say. And they said, the one thing I keep hearing over and over, which I am not a journalist whatsoever. They could be right. That could be how they was taught and all that. They said, don't make yourself the story. Well, damn it. Last time I checked, a lot of you guys have podcasts and all that stuff. So, and y'all talk about these same things. Y'all talk about these same things and y'all make yourself the story. Why do you have, nobody cares. You try to be a liaison between the players and the fans. But all of you guys want to be superstars. I feel like a lot of you guys were just jealous because it wasn't you that's getting all this publicity right now. And a lot of y'all trying to attach yourself to this woman and get some clout off her. A lot of them, man, they just despicable. That's why people like myself, John, Coach Al, Coach Shawn, Coach Carl, Tez, Ty, Jance, all of us from like Cam and Mace to Chad and Shannon, all this stuff is starting to blow up more and more every day because nobody cares or gives a shit about what you have to say. Nobody cares. Nobody likes you. And I don't care if you don't like me. It doesn't bother me because I don't know you and you don't know me. My life is good and it's going to continue to get better. And guess what? This channel going to grow. These guys' channel going to grow. And I hopefully surpass y'all one day. It's to teach y'all that none of this stuff, that what y'all have talked about over the years, like I had to fight to get in these rooms and had to ask these same stupid ass questions. What was your thoughts in the third quarter and all that? Like asking these same dumbass questions 3 different ways and thinking that you're getting somebody. It ain't like y'all asking like really important questions. That's the shit that be pissing me off. And then you got, and this less than a week ago,
I just want to say this. I'm not going to be in Cincinnati, and I really hope this is not the last time we get to talk to you face to face. I think you've had to deal with things, especially this year, that were unfair, that you had to coach a team that was, especially on offense, that was inferior to the teams that you faced. So I don't expect you to answer that. I just want you to know that's how I feel.
I respect that from you, as you know, and you guys know this game is never going to be about one person, and that includes me.
Not one hoopla, not nobody. Nobody in their life has seen that clip until today. Mostly, a lot of people haven't seen that clip. Not one word nobody has heard from like who is this reporter name is, why he over here glazing Kevin Stefanski. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss you, man. I hope you, this ain't the last time I see you, man. Shut up. And I guarantee you, I don't have facts on this yet, but I'm going to find out. I guarantee he was the same type of asshole with a undertone, you know what? I'm trying not to go there. Criticizing this woman, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. But you brothers go ahead.
For me, man, I'll get mine out the way. I mainstream media, man, I didn't even know people still wrote columns. I didn't even know they still did that. I mean, people don't have no, I think mainstream media has resorted to what people do on social media, on social media platforms. Look at Stephen A. Smith and them. I mean, these guys will say the most outlandish stuff, and it's been, and Marcellus Wiley talk about it all the time. A lot of the stuff is scripted. Like, you a news source, a media source, and you're scripting your shows so we can, I'll say this and you say that, you know. So that tells you that there's no real feeling behind it. They do it for clicks and views now, you know. It's no real love for what you're talking about, you know. So people lose trust in that kind of stuff. Just like Brinsky said, this lady just wanted to show some positive reinforcement to the young man. Everybody's in an uproar about it. Nobody said no when that guy did it. You know, nobody said a word. So it's just more of the same, man. Not even really worth dwelling on. You know, it sucks. It's just show you that it's unfair it's unfair for young ladies. You know, it's still unfair for African Americans in some senses. And you know, if she do something different, it offends people. So, I just don't know. She's an independent media source, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so, people don't like when the little guy gets all the headlines. They don't like that. The big guy don't like that. And that's in any business. That's in any the big guy don't like when the little guy gets a win or two. So, man, it just sucks. I would have applauded the lady. She didn't really ask a question. She just wanted to make a statement. And all these old rules that they talking about, these young journalists that's coming up now in the social media world, they don't give a damn about that stuff, man. They respect it, but they don't care about that because that way is not the way anymore. People not listening to digital radios no more, man. AM, FM, turn it down. That's done. I had to come to grips with that, It's just a new way of doing things now, man. This social media, this little click of a button runs the world now. I seen, I know this is sort of off script, but to further my point, I seen Walmart. I forgot what city it was. These guys are delivering groceries with drones now. With drones.
Right.
Like a damn drone can land at your house and deliver your grocery.
Right.
So you just got to change with the world, man. And shout out to that young lady for standing on her too and saying what she wanted to say. And it sucks that everybody's going in on her like that, man.
Yeah. So I'll take a slightly different approach. I'll be honest with you. I think people fear what they don't understand. And I think that media has not progressed for a very long time in sports. And a lot of it got backlashed against until it conformed. A perfect example of that is somebody that just made a documentary about, right? Brensky, we talked about this already. It's something I always talk about. Stuart Scott. He was one of those guys, right? So like it or not, Stuart Scott went through a lot of hell when he first started giving his takes. Why? Because he brought like it or not, he brought the black culture to the forefront on ESPN, and people didn't like it, right? Some people, they don't like what they don't understand, they fear. And the same thing is happening right now. The media world is no longer about opening up a newspaper, writing columns. Why? Because Mr. Jonathan Lewis, Mr. Joe Schmo, Mr. Coach Al can fact check you. He has the knowledge. He has the tools to know that you're giving me a bullshit WWE script of what you're trying to convince me or create a narrative on, right? That's no longer around. You can't really do that because people can call you out really quick on this now. And I think when you saw the progression of social media and sports media conforming to that, you saw the fear in ESPN. You saw the fear in a lot of people's eyes. That's why they're so controlling, because if they can't control you, they can't control the narrative, right? So that to me is why so many viewers are steering away from ESPN, and they'd rather just go watch somebody on YouTube because they're going to be authentic and just give you an honest take. You can go watch a Coach Al and know he has 20 years of experience in coaching the offense, or you know what I mean? Same thing with Coach Shawn or Coach Carl teaching defense for however many years. And they're just going to give you a take on football. They're not pushing some false narrative or some narrative or agenda behind it as well, right? So I would rather just go listen to what's being put at the forefront. There's a reason why MTV, by the way, no longer exists. They stopped showing music videos. That's what they were at the forefront of, right? So look, to sit there and trash a woman because you don't think it's the correct way to do journalism, when if you look up the definition of media, it's just giving your information to a massive amount of people. Explain to me how the hell that's wrong, right? So once again, if you worry less about what other people do and what you do, you go a little bit farther. Just my take.
Emotional intensity equals engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why complaints, hot takes, criticism, all that stuff outperforms praise.
Yeah.
Especially in conversation and online spaces. Okay, let me say that. All right. So our guys, they're like Brensky, Coach Shawn, and John, you guys are always on top of this, man. That's why I have a negative free zone. I popped it out there because I have to insulate myself against bull crap like that. What is a influencer? Influencing of what? What the hell is that?
I
Okay.
never understood that either.
Money,
People
money,
making millions
money.
and you buying all that stuff. Like, hey, shout out to our brother Tez, man. Prayers up to your family, man. You know,
Facts.
Tez says this, and I quote Tez: "The internet ain't real." Okay, and so if you are influenced by a social media influencer, what are you listening to, really? What are you grounded in? Okay, so these cats doing that, going after that lady, they were out for clicks themselves. Just because I just said emotional intensity equals engagement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put it right there. I can't talk too long on this, Coach Shawn, because it's of a lower order of thinking. I don't
Yes.
operate on that vibrational level, baby. You see what I'm saying? That's why the F is bigger than everything.
Yeah.
To me, this is a gnat. When I'm outside pulling weeds or something, you know how the gnat, you be in the summertime, you be sweating, the gnats be flying around your head, man.
Yeah.
That's what this is. I ain't got no time for that.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk X's and O's and Jimmys and Joes. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Screw them dudes. I hope she freaking blows up because I'm gonna tell you something, man. The truth will set you free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true what Coach Al said about that emotional
ahead.
engagement. Do you not guys know who else did that? What's the guy from he be with Taylor Lewan on
Give me
show.
the show.
Will Compton.
Will Compton.
Oh yeah.
The guy said that's why he kept going at Bama. Bama shouldn't be here. Bama. It's not that even that he believed that. The more he said that, every episode got 300,000.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
So
That's
he beat it to death, and every
That's
time we would tap in and
right.
You know, so that's
Right.
true. That's very, very true what he said.
I mean, you know, it goes back to the psychology of how the brain's wired, its survival instincts, and all that stuff. These people are playing psychological warfare with your mind, and you have nothing to shield yourself against it unless you equip yourself to filter through that. And I'm gonna say this colorfully: that bullshit.
And by the way, they're selling your information. I just wanted to throw that out there. But how you react on screen, you don't think AI, you don't think Gemini is paying attention to that to know what ad to show you next? Come on.
Exactly right.
We're gonna go deep in it, go all the way in it.
Exactly right. So you know, if you come over to the negative free zone and tap in with Coach Al sometimes, you know, this is what I'm talking about.
That's facts, man.
I'm gonna talk football. I'm gonna talk football, but let me tell you where I'm coming from, man. I am wired into a higher source, baby. And it ain't on those negative low-level planes of vibration. It ain't there. I'm blowing up in this world because I'm tapped into something that can't be denied. Okay. I'm just telling you straight up. So anyway.
I love that, man. I love that. If to John's point, we live in a world now, man, where I seen a video of a childhood guy I used to watch, Mr. Rogers, and Tupac sitting on a damn sofa having a conversation, and it looked just as real as you know.
Exactly.
Like they talking to each other, like they having a full conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So if you don't understand now what this is all about, it all tie into each other, man. You know?
I'm just laughing, man.
It's crazy, man.
I'm just laughing. Hey, come over and tap into the negative free zone with me, man. We can go deep on this, man. I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, don't hang around me too much if you want to be different. And you know what? I don't care.
Hey man, I also wanted to show this video. I really was trying to find like the Ether version just in case they try to flag it. If they flag it, please forgive me. I'm trying to wait for this thing to download, man, because like her response, man, this woman is big time, man. She ain't no scrub. That's why I said been in this thing for almost 3 decades, and you trying to tell somebody what to do. It's people that were in high school, elementary school, when this woman was still doing what she was doing and trying to tell her. But this is the last thing video I'm gonna show on this.
And how people are responding to this. Yes. So Adam Scheffner wrote, "This is an awesome post-game exchange between a reporter and Jags head coach." But then Mark Long, who's an AP reporter, kind of went in on this. Yes. And he said nothing awesome about this, called you fake media, said that you shouldn't even have been up there asking those kind of questions. So when you heard that, how did that make you feel?
I don't take no offense to it. Listen, I've been in this business more than 25 years. I've interviewed from Barack Obama to Terry Bradshaw to, what's my guy named Tiger Woods. So he can say whatever he wants about fake news. I am a member of the Black Press, NNPA, the National Newspaper Association, that's been around more than 100 years. I'm the associate editor of the Jacksonville Free Press, one of the more than 230 African-American newspapers still printing in this country today. In Jacksonville, you have the Florida Star since 1955. We've been around since 1986. In Philadelphia, the Philly Tribune has been printing since 1884. In my hometown of Detroit, the Michigan Chronicle has been printing since 1935. So support the Black Press. So you can call me fake all you want to, honey. I've been doing this a long time.
Let me tell you something.
People know me. Yes, sir.
The fact that she even has to explain that to me is ridiculous.
I agree.
She shouldn't even have to do it. The fact that she has to get on a camera and do this should be embarrassing to everybody out there. It's a part of the journalistic community, in my opinion. Why the hell is she having to get behind a camera and explain why she's credentialed enough to do this? Like, is that not raising radars and eyebrows to everybody out there in this community? Like, damn.
That should tell you what's wrong with traditional media, man. And this is why, like, I never seen a story like really just bother me that much in a minute, man. Because I just seen it and I was just like, bro, I don't know nothing about this, man. I don't know nothing about traditional media or how you're supposed to handle yourself. Even when I go out there at the Senior Bowl last year, I was around like seasoned veterans, dudes giving you free game on stuff, man, just trying to tell you how you need to navigate in this business or whatnot. And I'm just like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna do it your way because I'm not all about just trying to bash somebody. I'm just like, man, I just try to give you the facts, and if you don't believe with what I say, it's just like, oh well, it is what it is. But some folks just live off clicks and stuff, man. They like that type of attention. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I love doing this. I love coming on here talking with you, brothers, especially behind the scenes. It ain't just like, oh, we get on here and after I get off here, just be like, oh well, talk to you guys next time we're on live.
It's Thursday.
I literally have conversations with these guys off camera.
That is
literally
true.
have conversations
every day.
Yeah, that's true. And not for 5 minutes.
and I'm just like, bro, I'm like, I can tell you outside of this, bro, I'm like extremely proud. I love talking to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
but some people just love that attention.
Hey, Brisky, let me say this, man. And you're going to say it in a minute because Lynn put a super chat out there. I got to say this to Lynn. Lynn, I appreciate you, man.
Hell yeah.
Because Lynn communicates with all of us, man. And
yes, he does.
Let me tell you what, y'all don't know. This guy don't have to deal with us.
He damn sure don't.
He is such a phenomenon in his world. He's a family man. This guy is a super businessman. He talks to us like friends and brothers. And I feel that from him, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when he tells you something, if you listen to Lynn in the chat, if Lynn tells you something, take it to the bank.
Never steer us wrong. Promise you.
Sure.
Promise
Take it to the freaking bank. So what Lynn says, what he said, Alabama ain't broke. If Lynn tells you that, as soon as you see this hat on my head, it's there.
It's a whole fact.
That's proving the pudding ain't broke. How much you pay for that hat?
and I can tell you, man, it was one night on. I know Lynn will remember this, man. It was one night on KB channel. Shout out to KB as always.
Shout out to KB.
KB, it was some guy that was trying to play Big Bank and take Lil Bank with Lynn, and all I did just put my head down and laugh in the chat. Lynn was like, "Rinsky, you better tell him." I like, hey, he said, "How much you want to bet on whatever?" And the guy was like, "Man, that's 500. 500. That's it." I was just like, man, just start while you're ahead, brother.
Please.
It's certain guys like what my man said. She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog. Sometimes you gotta step out the big dog way, man. Now I said, y'all too rich for me. The way y'all would talk.
Shout out to Lynn for
Shout
sure,
out to
man.
Lynn, our brother, man. Lynn,
That's
we feel
it.
you, man. I appreciate you, hanging with us, man. And, and offline too, man. It's not just in the chat thing that we hear from Lynn, man.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Lynn truly cares about people. That comes across genuinely, man. So appreciate you, brother.
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead.
And gonna give you the real of what's really going on. If you notice on my videos, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to nobody. I just clearly said I don't follow a lot of people. I follow people like Lynn that's gonna keep it real, whether it's bad, whether it's good. You know what I mean? At least you really know what's cracking.
Exactly.
And that's all you can ask of anybody. You know what I mean? So that's that's just the truth of it.
And I can tell you, man, I was I ain't gonna say I was being defiant. It's just like, nah, Lynn, man, it's gonna be all right. It's certain things. Lynn told me many times about certain things. And when you consistently see it happen, I just shut up and just like, yeah, he was right. He was definitely right. And that's why I said, man, a guy like that and just value your opinion. That's why I like, man, I mean, literally value your opinion and just ask me, man, how you feel about this and all that. And then we just sit over there having the conversation. That's greatly appreciated, Lynn. And
look, I ain't forgot, Lynn. I don't know if you remember this, Lynn. A-Day about 2 years ago. It's about 175,000 degrees outside. I was sitting in the stands cooking like an egg. I was with Kyle over there at Bama Football on YouTube. Shout out to Kyle and T. And Lynn had sent word for us to come up to the Ivory Tower. Now, I didn't get the message for some unadulterated reason, with the people that was involved, but shout out to that man, bro. Shout out to Smart Grid Integrations as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'll never forget that, man. Me and my daughter was out there, and that meant a lot to me, man. I met Rob, met Piano Man, met Ephraim, met a bunch of people, man. And even though we was out there cooking like eggs, that was one of the best times of my life, meeting people, meeting friends that we still friends with to this day, man. That's a real fact.
That's what I said, man. People like that, man, that show you love. And that's what I said, man, just people in the chat, just outside of Lynn, that just want value what we're saying and consistently come over here all the time to just hear what we got to say, man. Definitely shout out to y'all. Definitely shout out to the people that's on Twitter. Just come on over to YouTube, by the way, and subscribe. And subscribe to all the brothers' channels. They channels are in the description. That's what I said, man. It's really dope that people value what you have to say. Whether you're right or wrong, we can all talk about it. Nobody over here acts like a superstar. And I'm more of a team player than I'll say anybody, man, because I just like, man, I just want to pass you the rock, man, and let you go shine.
I like that.
So shout out to Lynn real quick too, because I'm not going to say where he drove from. I don't want to put out anybody's personal information, but he drove up to Oxford near me and we had lunch one day. So you know what I mean? It's the fact that he's willing to drive out of his way, take time out of his day in the middle of the week. It says a lot, speaks volumes.
Oh yeah. And definitely shout out to this brother too. Our good brother Patriot Life with the $10 super chat. Definitely another solid brother, man. That was it. It's some real solid people up in here, man. You got to take value in that, man. That's what we value, just being around real solid people. He said we need to start thinking about getting something together soon about A-Day. I think it would be good for everyone. Yeah, man. I think they'll probably actually do something for A-Day this year. I don't know, but I wanted to go last year. I'm glad I didn't go.
When I was with Kyle over at Bama on YouTube, man, Kyle put together, we all got together. That's where we all met each other at, man. It was one of the most wonderful things ever. All these people, man. And shout out to Miss Jenny, man, who was going through cancer. Met her, man. She was going through her fight. Hadn't talked to her in a few months, man. But shout out to Miss Jenny. Met her, man, and just this humble young lady. Been putting in prayers in for her. Miss Janet, everybody that we don't get to see like we used to. And just to see everybody there, man, we all met up at A-Day, and it was crazy, man. We had a really, really good time, for real.
Definitely shout out to Miss Janet. Hopefully everything going good
Facts.
with her. And Lynn said, Coach Al, don't forget we going to Georgia Tech to watch
100%. 100%. We done already talked about that. Consider it done. Consider it done. And we know why we're going, Lynn. I'll tell you offline, Coach Shawn.
Yeah. Damn, can I know too?
You can know too.
Even though I'll be there, but
yeah,
man. I seen the White comment just that damn quick. Oh, he said, "Let me know I'm there." So yeah, man.
Facts.
If anything, it's good that somebody Rob brought that up, man. So
yeah,
if anything come about, man, it's way out in it. It's way down the line. So yeah, we can definitely plan some just to even just go up there, man. That's why I say ain't nobody up here act like a superstar.
Nah,
like y'all may treat us like stars, but man, we just like our regular folks. We just got a microphone. That's
I don't know if Goof's still in the chat, man. It was one of the most best feelings in the world, man. We was myself and Coach Smook and them. We was coming out of the Wingate. Is it Wingate? Is it Wingate, John?
Wingate.
Coming out of the
hotel.
We was coming out of that.
Wingate. Yeah.
And we seen Goof like 50 yards away. Like, what's up, Coach Smook? What's up, Coach Shawn? Man, it was such a great thing to meet him, man. You know what I'm saying? Hug that man neck, man. It's like the best feeling in the world, man, to meet other fans and guys you've been talking to for so long. Genuine brother, man. Love him to death, man. That stuff like that you remember. I'll remember forever, like for the rest of my time on earth, man. Just meeting good people and stuff like that you don't forget, man. You just don't.
Yeah. That's why I like, man. That's why I try to tell y'all. It may sound cliche and everything. Like, thank y'all just for even supporting the channel. Because I remember when I was just doing recorded shows and just nervous to even be in front of a camera to even talk, just like, man, how I'm going to sound and everything. I still be like overwhelmed. Like, damn, man, folks really just want to hear what we got to say. It ain't just me. It's what the guys have to say. I'm like, damn, they really in here. And then you have guys over there, like guys in the business that I thought I wouldn't even come close to meeting. It can be just the smallest guy, like Justin Smith over there at Touchdown Alabama, Clint over there doing his thing, Christian Miller over there at the Miller's Edge. Definitely shout out to them, man. Especially him shouting out the channel probably like 3 or 4 times this week. Just showing love, man. And I'm like, damn, bro, this is a guy, man, that played on the team, man, that you respect.
Yeah.
And those type of people that you just see and Philip Dukes, just those type of guys.
Facts.
Yeah, man, all those type of people, man, just consistently hitting you up, man, keep doing what you're doing and not on some cliche bull jive. They like legit care about what we doing, like Cody Kessler, just to even come up on the show. Like, like guys like that. All I did was just reach out in the comment section and just say, hey, man, you should come on.
Clint, you know.
You know what I said, man, all those guys, man, and it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more. So definitely got to reach out to Christian, and y'all let Christian know, like, man, it's always open invitation to come over here, because definitely got to have his opinion over here. And just closing it out, let these brothers shout out their channels. Appreciate everybody. Once again, like I said, don't take y'all for granted whatsoever. And we're going to be back on here Sunday at 3 o'clock with my boy Phil to talk about all the inside stuff when it comes to Cam Coleman and all the despicable comments that I just keep seeing from a kid that I never heard one thing bad about him until he left. But I'm gonna let the brothers shout out their channel and we gonna get up out of here. I'll start with you, Coach Al.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, thanks for having me all the time, Bresky. I appreciate you guys, Jonathan, Coach Shawn, everybody in the chat. I mean, the names are too numerous. I'm looking at it on my other screen over here. But I mean, in all my years, man, I never thought I would be doing something like this. I'm I'm kind of like Coach Shawn, calling in the Kyle show, and
Yeah.
that's how I met Coach Shawn, and Jazz, Spook, and a few other guys, Piano Man, and relationships, man, grow like that organically when you come in contact with somebody who's operating on that same plane, man. You guys just go higher and higher and higher. So just to be on your channel, man, I got a channel called THEE Negative Free Zone with Coach Al, and I put a few videos out there, and I start seeing there's some response to it. I'll start getting more active and things like that. But that piece of it that we're talking around everything with the negative free zone is that 6-inch space between your ears. You got to keep that free of all this bull crap that we've been talking, that you've been hearing, that Brinsky went off on tonight. How is that making you better? Listen to this. Anything is going to anger you. How can that be good for you? When you anger, you don't process. That's when you're processing the least. Okay.
That's facts, man.
So to me, again, you got to understand the brain is wired to negativity because it's a psychological response to that stuff. Okay. So you have to defend yourself from yourself. Okay.
Facts.
Right. So you come and talk to me, chat with me. We're gonna talk football. Yes, I love it. I'm passionate about it. But I cannot have a conversation with you if it don't go and start to encourage you to make you better in life, and vice versa. What's the whole point? What's the whole point? Okay, live on the planet by your freaking self. Let's see how that's gonna go for you.
Done for.
You'll probably kill yourself because your mind is gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think isolation is such a dangerous tool in the system? It breaks you down. Anyway,
appreciate you always, man. You already know what time it is.
Love that, man.
John.
Wow, there we go. Jeez, catch me over at the Bama. Yeah, sorry, I'm actually getting over being sick, but catch me over at the Bama Standard. I'll be doing a Sunday live stream every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, involving recruiting, transfer portal, and all that good stuff. And we got some stuff coming up that people should enjoy. Mentioning A-Day, I don't know if Marvin's going to be invited with open arms into that stadium, but no, I'm actually starting up a call-in show for Marvin Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Time called Constant Chaos, where he's actually going to be talking about him and former NFL players and college teammates and all that stuff. We're going to be talking about the current state of college football and all that stuff. So be able to reach out, call in, and ask him questions and stuff like that. And obviously they have their show every Tuesday night. Yeah, good stuff. Obviously, it's always great, and appreciate the invite, Brinsky. Coach Al, good to see you. Same thing with you, Coach Shawn. Everybody in the chat, you know what I mean? I saw Piano Man in there, Patriot Life, Lynn. There's just so many to name on there. It's always good to get on here and just talk football, right? At the end of the day, objective opinions. It's not about feelings, like we said. We may have emotional responses when we get our asses drugged in the field by Indiana. Excuse my language. But at the end of the day, it's all just objective opinions. That's all it is.
Coach Shawn.
Facts, man. I agree with everything the brother said. I try to gravitate to the positive side of it, man, to keep me from the negative side of it. This social media stuff is not nothing. It ain't always good, it's just not always good. I mean, if you want to test it, go on your social media platform and post a positive comment. 5 people gonna look at it.
Yep.
Go on your social media and post a negative comment with a few obscenities. You're gonna have 1,000 views before 6:30. Yep. You know what I mean? Tomorrow. So it's just like Coach Al said, that's just the world we live in. The good books speak of it. We shouldn't be shocked with none of it. Lord knows I get caught up in it. That's why I try to, I honestly don't even be on Twitter like that. I'm a type person, man. I love, to me, disagreeing is not a bad thing. Ooh. It's a healthy thing to me because it gives me the opportunity to learn something. Me personally, some people too proud to even say you was wrong. I love it. Man, if I can be wrong and learn something in the course of being wrong, was that really wrong? I don't think so, because I've learned something. My father used to tell me before he passed away, he said, boy, it's a difference in a mistake and a lesson. You know what I'm saying? You know, a mistake is if you don't learn from it. You know, if you make a mistake and you learn from it, that's a lesson. He used to tell me that. I remember this, man. And it's crazy how all them old sayings, when I was young, I paid no attention to them. Man, what up? I ain't trying to hear that, you know. But then now I'm the one saying them. It's crazy. It's crazy. But thank all of you for tapping in, bro. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Ty Hayes. I want you to know. I want you to shout out to Ty Hayes. Shout out to Jan 716, Coach Carr, Piano Man, who was in the chat a while ago. Shout out to Piano Man. Our brother KB over there. Shout out to the entire Bama Standard, man. Justin and all them boys who do great work. John right there with them, spearheading all these guys. Shout out to Clint Lamb, man. Shout out to Justin Smith. Shout out to the Miller's Edge. Christian and his daddy. They doing big things over there, man. And them boys know what they talking about. I absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Way Offsides, my brother Cotton over there doing this thing, man. Shout out to that. He doing big things over there. Shout out to Tez and Nick, you know, our favorite Auburn fans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys, man. And wherever our brother Jake is, man. Jake Murrell, love you to death, boy. Can't wait till you get back. You always got a spot with us, man. You know what I mean? We miss you, bro. And roll tide to everybody in the chat, man. Love y'all to death.
Hey, Brinsky, can I say one thing?
Please.
Yeah. You guys already know I be talking NFC. But hear me clearly. I'm not a nice guy.
Better know it.
Nice has nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with it.
Okay. If you want fair, I'm your dude. If you want nice, keep stepping.
That's it.
Just because I'm free don't mean I'm weak.
That's it.
Just because I'm free don't mean I'm nice. Okay? I'm not trying to blow smoke up you with positivity. This ain't what this is all about. This is about life, what I'm coming from. For instance, I'm gonna back it up with something. If you happen to read the word, Psalm 1. Blessed is the person who does not follow advice of wicked people.
That's it.
Or join in the company of mockers. I happen to believe that. So I'm telling you, the negative free zone is grounded in stuff like that. Not some pie in the sky positivity trip. I ain't on that. Okay? Thank you, Brinsky.
And now you know why I follow the OG. That's a whole fact. They better know it.
What's that saying you always say, Coach? I forgot what you told me. There's something about being free. You know what I'm talking about?
Being free ain't free.
There we go. But yeah, is that it?
Wonder how Shawn remember that.
So, man, first time I was like, man, yeah, I just want to get that out there.
Yeah, hey, put it out there, man. The world needs to hear this.
That's a fact, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better know it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, appreciate everybody as always. And definitely shout out to Rob. Patriot Life for the $5 super chat. He said one word to explain you guys in this show. Real.
Love my brother, man.
And I think that's the highest of the highest compliments, because day one, that's all I wanted it to be. Just straightforward, no BS. Everybody give facts about all this, man. It's just
look at Ephraim Brisket.
There you go.
Lord, King of Chaos.
If you got him.
King of Chaos.
Crazy,
never fails, man. Never fails.
That's what they say in the military, man. If you got him, smoke him.
Yeah,
crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. That's what I said, man. I think that's a very high compliment, man. Especially that's what I was shooting for day one. I just like, man, I wanted to just be like you sitting at a barbershop and we just talking. We talking whatever sport. We just so happen to be talking about football, and then you talk about life and all these things and just pretty much everything that we talked about, and we giving you our honest take. I can promise you that everybody on here, if you run into them in the real world, what you see is what you get. And I can tell you that is what you see from me on a daily basis, man. I fear no man but God himself. And that's why I said, man, it's just debating. We just giving our opinions on stuff. I think people respect us. I respected channels because we just honest. You can tell over time, like people are they real or who they say you are. Clearly, people that do this on a higher scale are respecting what we're saying. Christian just happened to come in here with off the White's request, just be like, man, you need to go check these guys out. And based on what he said, I think that was Sunday, I can tell you, like, man, I'm a fan of those guys. And he just been mentioning the channel all week. But I feel like these guys are a big part of the channel.
Yeah.
So, man, definitely appreciate everybody. And that's what I said. If you think, I just think by the end of this year, a lot of people gonna know a lot of these guys' names in the world for real. And I am very, very confident about that, just based on I'm trying to get even bigger names, because I know if they be around them, they're gonna be like, damn, I respect these brothers. I want to hear more from them. And I can tell, man, whether folks like it or not, but when that day comes, I'll let y'all know. But appreciate everybody. 10 subs away from 1,800. So tell a friend to subscribe. Matter of fact, put a goal up there. Let's hit 2,000 before the end of the month. 2,000 subscribers. Help the channel grow farther. Keep growing bigger. And we'll see how far we go in this world, man. And just trying to bring more people to this space. God bless everybody. F Auburn. Always.
And Tennessee.
Tennessee, LSU, even Indiana, because they whooped our ass. But
Since you said that.
Roll down tide.
Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
but yeah.
I hit the wrong one, my bad.
But yeah, man, catch y'all on the next one, man, which is gonna be Sunday at 3:00. Y'all come on in here, because it's gonna be like Bishop say, that spicy gumbo when Phil come up here, because he has a lot to say, and the negativity around one of his former players, and you can tell they are super, super close. So he knows some things, and it's really despicable. So
wow.
Yeah, so it's he's coming with that gumbo. So catch y'all on Sunday 3:00 and roll damn tide.